You know, when I go and watch an action movie, I always envision myself, even as a kid, that how cool would it be if I got into those situations? Like, yeah, yeah, look at that. Boo, boo, boo. That's not the case here. Some films entertain you, others challenge you. And then there are films that confront you. And that's exactly what we're talking about today with Dhurandhar, Part 1 and 2. This is Crimson Spice Reviews. Let's get into it. Dhurandhar is a two-part spy thriller directed by Aditya Dar that follows Hamza Ali Mazari, played by Ranveer Singh, a raw agent infiltrating the violent Liari underworld in Karachi, Pakistan, to dismantle terror networks targeting India. Under intelligence chief Ajay Sanail, Hamza embeds himself with gangster Raymond Dakat and ISI officers, creating chaos within the Pakistani underworld. At its core, this story is driven by vengeance, conflict, and the consequences that come with both. It follows a man with a clear goal, but that path to that goal is filled with morally gray areas and decisions that don't come easily. Did I mention that it is also brutal as heck? I don't think I had, because to say this movie is brutal is honestly quite the understatement. First off, the film pulls no punches. The violence here is raw, direct, uncomfortable at times, but it never feels pointless. It's there to make you feel the weight of what's happening, and it's the kind of violence that showcases what this movie is trying to do and trying to be, a propaganda film. But instead of glorifying war, it pushes against it. The film also blends real-world elements into its narrative in a way that feels grounded. It doesn't feel like a fantasy or Bollywoodized, if you will. I mean, it is still technically Bollywoodized. It still feels close to reality, and that's what makes it hit harder. Like, for example, the moment Ranveer's character finds out about what some of these weapons were being used for, the shock not only hits him, but it hits everyone who was watching. It hit me right here. Speaking of Ranveer, while yes, all the performances by all were fantastic, like Akshay Khanna, this was Ranveer's show. Ranveer Singh's presence, maximum presence, minimal dialogue, every look, every movement, there's intensity behind it. You understand his motivations without needing constant explanation. Now, there are moments in the film that will hit hard for a lot of viewers. Rather than break those down, just know that this is a heavy and intense experience that won't be for everyone. This isn't a film that is just trying to entertain in the traditional sense. It's trying to confront you. And whether you agree with it or not, it will leave an impact. It certainly did with me. It certainly did with countless others, because these two movies are ginormous successes, and I couldn't be grateful for that. I'm glad it's doing so well, and I'm happy for Aditya Dar. I'm happy for Ranveer Singh for what they were able to accomplish. So those are my thoughts on Dhurandhar Part 1 and 2. They're both fantastic. Now, in terms of which part did I like more, I preferred Part 2 over Part 1. Part 1 felt it was kind of dragging here and there, but I think Part 2 is where things started to pick up. despite the fact that it is a 4-hour-long film. Yeah. Combine the two, you get a 7-hour flick. Despite all that, I think that the pacing in part 2 was way better than part 1. But regardless, it's still an amazing yet also horrifying experience all at the same time. I highly recommend this. Go check it out whenever you can. Let me know what you thought about Dhurandhar, part 1 or part 2. Which one did you prefer? Let me know if you've seen part 1 or part 2. Let me know which one you prefer over the other. And let me know what you think about the overall narrative. How did you feel about certain events that were unfolded in both films? And let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your take on it. And I will see you in the next one. Please hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you later.